Hey, Nikki Sanders here with Nikki Sanders Leadership Consulting. Welcome back to the More Than Social Work with Nikki Sanders YouTube channel and to our video series on my personal leadership philosophy. So if you haven't seen videos 1 through 4, check them out after this, but we are on video 5 today. The 5th pillar, pillar number 5, in my personal leadership philosophy is great leaders create more great leaders. Great leaders create more great leaders. So true leadership is actually not about control. It's not about your personal success. It's not about you being the best. It is about making others around you better. If you are a leader, your leadership should make your team, your staff, your company, your organization better. Now that doesn't mean that they aren't great, they aren't amazing. It doesn't mean that you're a savior. It means that you working with them is a positive impact and contribution, and they are better because you were there. So we've been taught, right, the wrong way to lead, to focus on our own success, getting to the top. We're climbing the ladder. Oftentimes that looks like, who am I stepping on to get to the top? Who am I using to get to the top? There isn't always reciprocity. Good leadership is about giving and taking. You're getting from your staff, you're giving to your staff. You're learning, you're teaching. It is a reciprocal relationship built on trust, built on respect, built on integrity, built on shared goals and shared visions. And so let's start there. That is number 1. Trust is the number 1 thing that it takes to actually be a good leader who is creating other leaders. Now, lots of us have seen leaders who lead by force, who lead through intimidation, who lead through threats. That's not a true leader or a good leader. A good leader leads with their compassion, with their integrity, with their legacy, their vision, their goals, their ability to communicate and motivate and inspire. All of those things are what great leaders have. And when great leaders pour those things into other people, they then become the ripple effect, and they are then pouring into other people. We see that the ripple effect, this is the person that came up under me, and now they are giving the same thing that I gave to them to someone else. And so that's extremely important for me as a leader. I'm like, I can't be all places all the time. I can't do all things all the time, whether I'm leading in my classroom or I'm leading a team or I'm leading a group of interns. I am looking to create a ripple effect of positive impact in the people that are working with me and then in the world around all of us, because I firmly believe that great leaders create more great leaders. And I've practiced that. Now, I never tell you to do anything that I'm not willing to do. I practice that. I am extremely happy and proud of the amazing professionals that I have gotten a chance to pour into. Now, they're not amazing just because of me. I have been privileged, because leadership is also a privilege, to be a part of their journey. But when they leave me, they are actually ready to go into leadership roles in multiple capacities. And so when I look at my scorecard, right, I have definitely done this and practiced what I preached. And so here is what's extremely important for women of color. Representation matters. So for women of color specifically, we have to lift as we climb. There are too few women that look like us in leadership spaces, making decisions that impact all of us. And when someone sees you do it, then they know that they can do it. And so when you get to the place where you want to be, or where you have a little bit more autonomy, access, it's time to open the door to other women of color specifically, not excluding other people, but women of color really need to open the door for other women of color. Now you're asking me, how do I lift as I climb? I'm doing a lot of work. I'm busy. How can I look out for other people when I'm trying to look out for myself? I'm receiving these microaggressions. I'm not sure if people are out to get me. I have to work extra hard, right, to get where other people have gotten. How am I going to look out for other people? How am I going to lift as I climb? How am I going to create new leaders, other leaders, great leaders? One, I want you to think about this. Be the leader that you needed. Be the leader that you admire. Be the leader that you trust. Be the leader that you would be proud of. So create the legacy that you will be proud of. What do you want attached to your name? What do you want to be known for? What is it that you want to leave as your leadership legacy? So start there, and then we're going to go through these three things. So 3 strategies to create more great leaders. One is empower and delegate. So you're encouraging, you're providing advice, you're giving compliments, but you're also giving opportunities to do specific work. I love stretch projects with my staff. I always ask them like what kind of things they're interested in doing, and I would give them more tasks and projects that help them strengthen those skills or build their experience in those areas. If I noticed a particular strength, I would try to help then strengthen that a little bit more by pushing them, stretching them in those areas. So you already know you can't pour from an empty cup. We are avoiding burnout and compassion fatigue, and part of that is delegating. A good leader delegates and knows how to delegate, when to delegate, and who to delegate what specific things to. I'm not talking about dumping and not doing any work. I'm talking about intentional, planned, strategic delegation. So the first strategy for creating more good leaders is learning to empower those people around you and delegate to them so they can increase their skills and experience. Number 2 is mentor and sponsor. Be the mentor. Give guidance, give advice, share connections, right? Sponsorship is a little different than mentorship. Sponsorship means I'm opening the door. I'm making recommendations for you. I am telling someone about your name. I am speaking about you in rooms that you are not in. I am vouching for you because I see a space, a gap, somewhere that you can excel, you can learn, you can grow, you can shine. So be a mentor, be a sponsor, and you will create more great leaders. The third way that you can create more great leaders, when I know you're super busy, is to create a culture of growth. Make it okay for people to try new things. Make it okay for people to be curious. Sometimes we make mistakes. No one is perfect. Give people a safe place to land and opportunities to do new or different things outside of their job description, because sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes people just need access. Sometimes people just need an opportunity. One person to believe in them and open the door for them. One person to let them try it. One person to say, you know what, go ahead, I believe in you, I got you, it's okay, we're gonna work this out. Those 3 things are a great starting point for helping you to create more great leaders. So I'm gonna go back again. Empower and delegate, mentor and sponsor, and create a culture of growth. So you're coaching, you're looking at people's potential, you're giving them stretch projects, you are guiding, advising, complimenting, encouraging, empowering, all of those things. Now that does not mean that you won't have people who make mistakes, or you may even have some people who don't have good intentions, right? Even though you're doing all these things, you can't predict how people are going to respond. You just have to be sure that you are doing your part and you're doing the right thing. So those are 3 strategies. Now here are some 3 challenges that you may encounter while you are, again, trying to build great leaders. One, again, stop trying to do everything yourself. I already told you that you need to delegate. And so if you are still doing everything yourself because you don't trust your team, because you're a perfectionist, because you are fearful of something's going to backfire and fall on you, you are not being a good leader. And that, again, is going to lead you down a path that you don't want to go down. It's going to be challenging and trouble for you if you continue to do everything yourself. You're going to wear yourself down, but you also aren't empowering your team. They aren't building new skills. They aren't taking ownership because you're doing everything. Stop trying to do all the things. Number two is you have to trust your team and learn to let go. Let go. Let them try it. They may not do it exactly the way you would. There are going to be mistakes in the beginning. You're going to have to give some guidance and some correction, but you have to trust people to do the things, the things that they're been hired and paid to do, but also learning growth opportunity. There needs to be opportunities for people to grow, expand, learn, develop new skills. So you have to trust your team enough to let go, stop doing everything yourself, and let go. And the third thing is, listen, I need you to prevent burnout. It's coming if you don't follow these strategies that I am talking about. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't do everything yourself. You are a human being, not a machine. And so you have to, again, create more great leaders. I promise you that your job will be much easier when you have trained amazing people around you. Build up the team. Look for team success. Look for group success. Look for organizational success, not just personal success. It makes your job as a leader much, much easier. So again, great leaders create more great leaders, and I need you to think about the great leaders in your life. Think about the people who you admire. Think about that, and then think about what you need to do to be that person for someone else. So if you need some support around developing your own leadership skills, supporting your team, how you can implement some of the strategies that I've talked about to create more leaders, that's what I'm here for. Let's connect. And I have some coaching packages that would be great for you or your staff or your organization. So reach out to me, jump on my calendar. We can do a consultation, and then leave me a message in the comment. If there's something that I talked about in this video that was extremely helpful, or that you still have a question about, or that you have actually done, or strategy that you want to contribute, please let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me in this video and in this video series. I will see you again soon as we continue to talk about how we are developing ourselves as amazing leaders. See you next time. Bye.